this thing going. I'd like to call to order this full board public meeting on Wednesday, August 26th at 6 p.m. First order of business, will stand for a pledge of allegiance, please. Okay, I'll start with roll call.
Mr. Berger?
Here.
Ms. Conway here. Mr. Corey is running late. Mr. Cronin? Here. Mr. Euclideo? Mr. Knight? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Kisco? Mr. Kalesha? Mr. Putnam? Ms. Saleo? Mayor Spino or representative? Dr. Baker? Mr. Gaudet?
Here.
Ms. Labby? Mr. Pergola? Ms. Schulte? Ms. Vians?
Excused.
And Mr. Wilson.
Here. Okay, thank you, Kristen. So first off, I'd like to hear a motion for approval of the agenda.
I'd like to add an item to the agenda, an AI committee report, probably 1A right after school improvement would fit.
Which section, John? I'm sorry, right in A? Reports, number
Yeah.
5?
Committee reports after school improvement, AI.
School improvement. So it's going to be C2. Is that correct?
C1A is what I'd like, just so it's right after my school
Okay,
improvement.
C1A.
Thank you.
All in favor of that amended item? Anybody opposed to it? No? Is there anything else? So I'd like to hear a motion for the agenda as amended. All in favor? Anybody opposed? All right. The meeting agenda is amended. School community service, public participation, we do have one. I guess I do have to read the whole thing, right? The board invites members of the community to speak on topics to be addressed in the agenda or on other topics of interest. Individuals wishing to make comments are requested to fill out the speaker sign-up sheet, including name and address, which must be stated at the beginning of your comment. The board will not allow comments regarding specific staff members, parents, students, or personal grievances. Courtesy is expected in this limited public forum. The participating time will be limited to 3 minutes per person and 10 minutes overall to guarantee efficient operation of the entire meeting. So we do have one sign up, and it is Miss Megan.
To bring to your attention serious concerns regarding the current parking arrangements for staff at Vogel. I believe it is important that the board be made aware of the staff concerns surrounding the new designated staff parking lot. The new parking area is at the end of Memorial Street, tucked in behind Christmas Village. It is 0.2 of a mile from the school, down a side street that runs between a large apartment building and Christmas Village. The lot is not visible from the school or the street. It is isolated. The sidewalk ends on Church Street, and the railroad tracks run directly behind it. Our staff has been using the city parking lot, otherwise known as the Y lot, directly across from Vogel for over 30 years, making it a long-standing and established part of our daily routine. Given this history, the change in parking arrangements has had a significant impact on staff members and their working conditions. Although the Y lot wasn't ideal, it is close to the school and visible from Vogel Wetmore. The proximity and visibility has allowed the ASO to see issues and respond to them appropriately. This will not be possible with the new parking lot. It is also important to note that Vogel is the only school that doesn't have a parking lot with enough spaces on its campus. The superintendent was told the reason for the change was because the downtown businesses in the Y were complaining that we took all the spots. There are a significant number of metered spots on Prospect, Mason, and Main Streets. There is a municipal lot across from City Hall. It seems as though those spots would be much more convenient for the downtown businesses. Based on observations, the Y employees and members seem to prefer free parking, as noted by the number that park in the Vogel lot before and after school and during the summer. If they prefer the free spots, why not have them park in the lot on Memorial Street, which is 2.5 miles from the side door at the Y? Safety is my primary concern. Over the past few days, female staff members have reported encountering individuals in and around the parking area whose presence or behavior has made them feel uncomfortable or unsafe. These instances have occurred while it is still light. Having to walk between the isolated parking lot and the school building can leave staff members feeling vulnerable, particularly when they are walking alone, carrying multiple bags, etc. The isolated location can be particularly concerning during early morning and evening hours. Those evening hours come much earlier from late fall until early spring. Because I wanted to experience the parking lot at different times, I've been there in the morning, midday, early evening, and after dark. After dark, it was extremely isolated and desolate. The experience left me feeling quite vulnerable despite being in my car with another adult. The school's armed security officer has expressed concerns regarding the safety of staff members using this parking area. His professional experience and background in law enforcement give his concerns particular significance. Also of importance is Article 31 of our contract, which states that parking must be adequate and convenient for staff. The parking lot's location raises serious questions about whether it can reasonably be considered convenient. Given its distance from the school building, we believe the new parking arrangement does not meet the spirit and intent of the contract language. The location and its convenience becomes more problematic during inclement weather. Rain, snow, ice, and extreme temperatures can make the 7-minute walk between the parking area and the school building uncomfortable and potentially hazardous. These concerns further demonstrate why the location of the parking area is not reasonably convenient, even if the number of available spaces may be considered adequate. Teachers come to work each day with the responsibility of educating and caring for students while managing the many demands of the school day. Parking should not create an unnecessary safety concern, physical burden, or additional stress. After more than 30 years of staff use of the previous parking lot, we believe the longstanding arrangement and the concerns surrounding the new location deserve meaningful consideration. We hope the board and the city will work collaboratively to find a parking solution that is adequate, convenient, and safe for the staff members who serve our students and school community every day. Finally, I invite you to meet me at the Memorial Street parking lot following this evening's meeting so that you can see firsthand the concerns I have shared with you. If tonight is not convenient, please feel free to email me, and I would be happy to coordinate schedules and arrange another evening to visit the parking area. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you to bringing that to our attention. I'm sure we'll have discussions on that at some point. Let's jump right into it. Information and action. We'll start with the reports. And Mr. Wilson, Superintendent's report.
Good evening, thank you, and welcome back. I wanted to thank several people who worked very hard over the summer in order to prepare and get everything ready. I wanted to thank Dean and Rachel and all of the custodians and all of the IT technicians for their hard work in order to get everyone prepared, not only to welcome our teachers back earlier this week, but ready to welcome our students tomorrow. I also want to thank Kim and the entire HR team. There was a lot of onboarding and new staff that had to be hired. The administrators did a great job coming in and doing all of their interviews and forwarding their recommendations to Kim and the team, and we are ready to rock and roll with the staff tomorrow. Over this summer, I had the opportunity to attend the PAL Back to School event alongside Donna. Kim was away, but she sent her best, but Donna was there, Scott was there, and some other TPS employees. So thank you to PAL. It was a great success, showcasing strong community support and school spirit as we prepared for the new academic year. And obviously, when our students received their backpack, it was great seeing all of their smiles, and so happy that they got their backpack full of school supplies as well. So thank you to PAL once again. I'm excited to share a couple of good announcements in terms of the state. During our year-end Alliance conference, our representative from the Alliance Committee thanked me for placing systems in place over these past 3 years as the superintendent, and more importantly, that these systems have led to increased test scores, lower chronic absenteeism, and lower discipline referrals, which we were highlighted for at our year-end meeting. I wanted to share that with the board. Also, excitement was that yesterday I received an email from the Connecticut State Department of Education. They're going to formally release the state assessment data next week, and they invited me to speak on behalf of Torrington because of our improvement in student achievement as well as our lower absenteeism. So a great honor to be recognized there. We had 2 wonderful admin retreat days earlier this month, and the admin received some great PD by members of the OTL as well as myself. And we had 2 amazing PD days, Tuesday and Wednesday this week, getting us ready for tomorrow. I want to personally thank Board Chair Corey and Secretary Conway for attending our convocation on Monday this week. I think they had a great time. I know that a lot of the staff members had a great time, and that was shared with me. The energy in the room was a wonderful way to kick off the school year. Obviously, tomorrow being the first day of school, I'm anxiously awaiting welcoming all of our wonderful students in the morning and as they depart for the day. Both tomorrow and Friday, I will be around to all of the buildings to make sure we greet everyone with a smile and can't wait to welcome them back. We definitely miss them. And as always, I am looking forward to, as well as members of my cabinet, seeing all of our wonderful staff members in action this year as we continue to visit classrooms throughout the year. That's my report for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Anybody have any questions or comments? Go ahead, Kristen.
Congratulations to you and the district on that, that honor to be able to speak on behalf of Torrington Schools on our accomplishments.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll carry on. Human Resources Report.
All right, well, Happy New Year, everyone. I have included for you a new HR report. We're trying something different this year. So you can see that I'm still giving you basically the same information. But for today's report, just because you've already kind of seen the year-end information, what I gave you was kind of the trend information on absences, substitute fill rates, and turnover. Going forward on a monthly basis, those 3 tiles right there might change a little bit to give you more up-to-date information on what's going on in the given month. But I will continue to update you on current vacancies and anything new and exciting that's happening in HR. So just quickly to review the data you have in front of you, you have absence trends for the last 4 years. Just you can see that it's kind of an up and down kind of pattern with the absences, but just so that you can see where it's been. With the substitute fill rates, you can see that we have consistently been going up, and in particular last year, we had a very good year with respect to our substitute fill rates. And then with respect to turnover, most importantly, you can see that our teacher turnover is down, which is incredibly great, and that's a testament to our administrators that are really working on retaining our highly valued and highly professional educators. Turnover for the paras is a little bit higher, and quite honestly, that happened in the first 2 weeks of August. For some reason, we got a large number of resignations first 2 weeks of August just for paraeducators. So we're going to do a little digging into that with the exit interview information just to see what's going on there. And then, you know, our other areas look pretty good. Some of the areas where you can see a substantial difference, it's because those particular employment groups only have a small number of staff in them. So it might look really bad, but it really is not as substantial as it seems just because of the actual number of staff in that group. With respect to our current vacancies, I can report that of the vacancies that you see, which I reported on Friday, the TIS elementary position has been filled, 2 of the special ed paras have been filled, the CAF worker position has been filled, the night custodian has been filled, and we are working on selections for the other positions. So we are in very good shape for the first day of school. We did have new staff orientation, which was phenomenal success. We had 29 teachers and 19 paraeducators who attended. We are working on our first edition of the Torrington team line for the new school year. We're going to be working on scheduling our office hours, which we know all the staff appreciate. And we do have 11 student teachers and interns in place for the fall. So I am happy to entertain any questions.
No questions. Thank you, Ms. Schulte.
Great, thank you.
And we'll turn to Ms. Baker Dr. Baker for our special education report.
Not a problem. Good evening and Happy New Year. I am happy to report that to start this school year off, Torrington Public Schools was awarded by the state of Connecticut a extremely highly competitive grant in the area of high-quality special education. There were 116 applications. We were one of 40 that did receive a full funding scholarship, so we're very proud, and we'll be working on moving forward with that, and I'll be happy to report out on where we move next with that. The next thing I want to report out on is that we had an incredible opening of our year this year with very personalized, specific professional learning for all of the staff and student services. The professional learning was specific to things like mental health and community. It's the first time we brought in 13 different community agencies within our city of Torrington to support the social workers, the school psychs, and the school counselors in an open forum. Our pre-K team is working very hard on play-based learning. As you know, we were in Ed Week, and we're expounding upon the great work that we've done. We're going to continue coaching in the pre-K. And in the grant, we were able to work with our Thrive program, our Voices program, and our Life Skills program to be able to work with all of the teachers and the paras on how we're going to move forward using the grant for high-quality instruction for Gold Star programming for in-district programs. As far as the numbers go, you could see that our numbers have not fluctuated majorly. This is where we stood as of August 31st. We will keep track of where we are as of September 1st, but as we're monitoring the current numbers, we're looking currently the same at this point in time. However, registrations continue to roll in, so those numbers may change, but I'll report out on those at the end of the September meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Baker.
Thank
Does
you.
anybody have any questions in regards to the special education report? Hearing none, we'll move on to the Office of Teaching and Learning.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our OTL team, Mary Gadd, Lisa Bernabe, Joanne Creedon, and Michelle Baker. Over the last few weeks, they have worked tirelessly to prepare professional learning opportunities for all staff that were differentiated by grade level, departments, and need. It was a huge undertaking. And before going into the differentiated breakout sessions today, the theme they presented was igniting community, curiosity, creativity, and joy in every classroom, where basically our responsibility is to create learning experiences that ignite curiosity, inspire creativity, and foster the joy of learning, while providing the support, access, and opportunity every learner needs to succeed. The staff were treated to some great strategies, including anticipation and how we prepare and plan for our instruction, launching learning, and how we create the conditions to invite learners into a lesson, and then monitoring our students and how we purposefully look and listen for student learning. It was a great PD this morning to all staff prior to them getting into their breakout sessions. Earlier, Superintendent Wilson had shared a puzzle theme throughout our administrative retreat and convocation. And staying with that theme, our OTL team shared our 4 corner pieces with all staff this morning. And just like when you try to complete a puzzle, you look for those 4 corner pieces to get you started. These 4 corner pieces are the anchors to our work this year. And those 4 corner pieces are high-quality teaching and learning, where we want to provide meaningful learning and make thinking visible. We're also going to be focusing on one of our corner pieces on college, career, and future readiness, where we want to maximize opportunities for every student to engage in rigorous learning and pursue pathways that foster academic growth for whatever path they choose as they complete their K-12 experience here in Torrington. The third puzzle piece is student engagement, belonging, and well-being, and that's where we really want to focus on fostering safe and supportive and engaging learning communities where every student experiences belonging and meaningful relationships and responsive support. And our last puzzle piece is health and wellness, where we want to provide every student with meaningful opportunities to engage in physical activity and develop healthy habits and build the knowledge and skills and confidence to lead healthy, active lives. So again, thank you to our OTL team for all of their hard work, and that concludes my report.
Excellent, thank you. Does anyone have anything related to that? Okay, well, thank you. We next have the monthly financials. We have 2 months because we did not meet in July. So Donna, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure thing. Good evening, everybody. So you have before you the June performance report. I'm happy to report that most of our POs are closed. I think we only have one more left that's open. So we will have a final number that we're going to land on very soon. You also have the July performance reports, and we are working on some budget amendments for that. So there are some areas that you will notice the benefits line being over, but we do have resources outside of the GB that are going to address that. So I just want to let everybody know that. And we're going to have an extensive list of some budget amendments. We kind of went with estimates, so now we have actuals, and we also have a lot of trend data that we're working with. So the accountant has really dug in deep, and we will be bringing those to the Budget Committee.
Okay, great. Does anyone have anything related to that? I will just add then, the Board of Finance, in accordance with the city charter, voted to have the Board of Ed send what it does have for monthly financials by, I think it was the second week of the month, something like that.
Correct.
So while we will do that, because we always follow the rules, I've made it clear to them that what they will be receiving is a draft report, and it will have a draft watermark on it. And this is largely just a function of the fact that our boards meet off sync. Right, so we're not approving July's financials until the end of August, because that's just when our meeting is. And they have decided that instead of looking at the financial system, which they have direct access to, they would like us to send them the reports by the mid-month. So if you have heard anything about that, that's what is happening. And they understand that they will be draft reports until the Board of Education reviews and adopts them. With that, I would hear a motion to approve the monthly financials for June and July 2026. Is there a second? Made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, those are done. We next have committee reports, and I am told that before I arrived, there was a minor adjustment made to the agenda so that Mr. Kisco will have 2 reports back to back.
2 reports back to back. First of which is on a very short school improvement committee meeting earlier this month, where we basically approved the schedule of meetings for the coming year, which includes the usual school visits and school reports. And also, we decided to move our meetings back to 5:30, where they've been for the last few years, and the policy committee was in agreement with that. So those committee meetings will be starting at 5:30, and policy will follow the school improvement committee meeting. Now, we also have school improvement in October. Mr. Wilson referred to the state reports, and it's traditional that the October meeting includes the look at the report to the school improvement committee meeting of those state grades for the first time, and discussion there. So anyone who's interested in hearing about that can start that at the school improvement committee meeting, and we'll continue to the full board in the October meeting, if we do it as we usually do. AI committee, AI has not gone away over the summer. In fact, big kerfuffle, if that's the right word, at the Bayreuth Festival, because apparently someone AI'd the ring cycle, and that got people kind of excited one way or another. And as recently as yesterday, I think it was, in the Waterbury paper, a discussion about hidden AI prompts in lawsuits, and it's not going away. AI committee will be meeting, but I have yet to be able to get together with the board chair about how we're going to start out. We have the opening presentation. The question is just which meeting that happens at. So more to come, but we're certainly around. Questions? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kisco. I will get back to you about that today or tomorrow. I do apologize. We next have policy committee. I don't think Mr. Ucolito is here, but Ms. Conway can probably
Sure.
fill us in.
So as John said, school improvement will not be meeting September 2nd. Instead, policy will be meeting at 5:30. And we will be having more of a collaborative meeting as opposed to a formal meeting so that we can involve some of our stakeholders, employees, department heads, union folks in the device discussion. And then we discuss the dress code changes as well.
Great. Any questions? Thank you. Facilities and technology, Mr. Cronin.
I was not present, but as far as I can tell, Dean and his staff were busy over the summer, cleaning all the schools, and got the chiller installed, right? Well, and same thing with the technology. Rachel was busy cleaning all the computers and the iPads. Anything else to add, guys? No? It's good. Yeah. Questions?
Great, thank you. Questions? No, okay. Budget Committee, Mr. Putnam.
We had a relatively short meeting back in August. It was summer months. The budget got closed out for last year. It goes off to our auditing now. We didn't have July financials because we had reversed the meetings that month. So we met a little bit earlier than normal, not giving enough time to pull that together. So we saw that tonight. Other than that, we just continue the work of the Budget Committee moving forward. Nothing all that exciting in August.
Okay, any questions? Great, thank you. And Building Committee, we must be close to no longer needing to have this on our agenda, I hope. Has anybody, do you want to?
Yeah, I got it. A lot of productive things happen, crossed a lot of things off some lists. Line striping and signs, I think are largely done, if not 100% done. Landscaping is, I would say, improved largely. I know that's ongoing, and they're working to make that as good as they can. Scoreboard for the softball field, that was complete, along with the varsity fields. I think there's a couple of punch list items there, but largely that work has been complete. HVAC equipment, or HVAC related things, bypass valves for the chiller, I guess we touched on that earlier, but that stuff's been rectified, and there was some work on the gym floor. I guess there was a couple of defective spots that they fixed as well on that, so that's all I got.
Thank you. Any questions regarding the Building Committee's work? Great, thank you. Then we will move right along to the Board of Education meeting minutes. I will hear a motion for the regular meeting minutes on June 24th, 2026. Yeah.
Under the special ed report, is it a mistake or am I reading it wrong where it says bringing the total number of SPED students as of June 1st, 2026 to 4,026? Or is that the total enrolled in the district?
That sounds much closer to total enrolled than it does special education enrollment.
Does that need to be corrected, or is it just a typographical?
Yeah, so we can make our motion with the caveat that Marissa make the change to the minutes, and she will do it.
Thank you.
Yep. Anyone else have any amendments, adjustments? And I am still looking for a motion to approve them with that change.
Motion
moved. Is there a second? Okay. Any discussion, further changes, last call? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Those minutes are approved. I will hear motion approving the Board of Education special meeting minutes from June the 23rd at 5, 6, and 7:15 p.m., July 1st, 2026, and July 15th, 2026.
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay, any discussion, amendments, changes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Those minutes are approved. I will hear a motion, provided there is no objection, for all of the subcommittee meeting minutes, which include the following: The Facilities and Technology Committee on June 10th, Budget Committee June 10th, School Improvement June 3rd, Policy June 3rd, and Building Committee July 24th, all in 2026. Is there a second? Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion, adjustments, deletions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, those minutes are done. I will hear a motion to receive the consent agenda. Is there a second? Okay, any discussion to remove any items? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The consent agenda is adopted. We have perhaps one of the shortest new information and action sections I've ever seen. So let's dive right into the field trips, starting with, we have 2 band field trips, one to CMEA Bridgeport and one to NEMF in Boxborough, Mass. Who's going to tell us about those? Anyone?
I don't know. I don't believe there's anyone here from the high school to report. Well, of course, Brian. Didn't know if there was a teacher. Sorry, Brian.
Chair's low.
Were there specific questions about the field trip? These are trips that Wayne normally organizes for the band kids. We do several trips a year for the band.
So are these competitions? Are
Yes.
they, okay.
Yep.
So it's the entirety of the high school band on both occasions?
It would be the students who qualified.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, the board has the document in front of you. You have heard my middling questions from Mr. Scott. Does anyone have anything else they would like to ask him or discuss regarding these field trips for the band? Okay, then I will hear a motion to, oh, yeah, well, we'll do that one next.
No, I'm Kip telling him to stay there.
Yeah. So the first one is the THS band CMEA in Bridgeport. Is there a motion to approve that field trip as requested? Is there a second? Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that one's done. We have the THS band NEMF, and that's to Boxborough, Mass. Is there such a motion? Is there a second? Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? That one's approved. Mr. Scott, are you also up then to tell us about Model UN?
Sure.
Okay, take it away.
Model UN is also an annual trip. We have a Model UN club or organization here at the school, and traditionally every year they go to the Model UN competition down in New Haven. It's a great opportunity. I'm not sure if any of you have ever participated in Model UN, but as a former Model UN advisor, I can tell you that it's an amazing experience for our students.
Do they fundraise for this?
Yes.
335, is it a day trip, or that's not an
Nope,
overnight trip, right?
They stay overnight. Yep.
Oh, it is an overnight trip. Okay, all right. I feel a little bit better about the cost there then. Anyone else have any questions? Yeah. So I feel a bit better about the cost. Does anyone?
Used to be a long time ago. Now we do it at Yale. So. Relatively speaking.
Which is frankly somewhat closer to us, so
Yes.
I'll take it with the way it costs to transport people. Any other questions from Mr. Scott? Would someone care to make a motion to approve that field trip? Is there a second? Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that field trip is done, and we have one last one, the Thailand trip for THS. You want to tell us a little bit about that, unless we have somebody else here who's
Well,
doing
I
it?
think Aaron can join in with me
That
on
is-
this one.
That's right. These are usually
Yes, this
for
is
show.
part of our ongoing opportunities for students to do international travel. As you know, we have the Japan trip coming up and Italy, Greece coming up. So this would be next in the rotation.
Yes, so this would be, I believe she has scheduled it for, this is Angel Norridge's trip, and scheduled for not summer of '27, I think it's summer of '28. Yes, and this is a service learning trip. So a lot of the trips we do, most of the trips we do are cultural experience and history, literature, content area experience trips. This one is actually a service learning trip. So the students will be active in an elephant sanctuary, actually getting involved with some of the efforts for ecological recovery and conservation with this trip. And as with all of our trips, we run through EF, the tour company, who provides the insurance. They provide us with the 24/7 guide, the safety and support for our students, and fundraising will happen to help offset the cost for students of their trip cost.
Fabulous. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you. Is there a motion for that one? Is there a second? Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Okay, that field trip is a go. Thank you, Mr. Scott and Aaron Sullivan. Lost where I was on the agenda. Okay, so we have next policy 5040 dress code. I believe there will be a motion to refer this back to the committee for further review by Ms. Conway.
Yes, we need to review some of the language, so I'd like to make a motion to send it back to policy.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion on that motion? And again, this would just be to refer it back to the policy committee for further review. So mechanically, just so everyone knows, that committee would have to take another vote to send a revised version back to the board. Or I suppose if it, in its wisdom, decides not to make any changes, it would still have to vote to do that as well. Any? Well, they would have to do something. They would have to indicate to us. That's right. They would have to indicate to the board that they have reviewed it. Was there a last call discussion? Okay.
I'll have a discussion here. I'm not really so sure why we really need to keep beating this dead horse. We had a policy that was drafted and accepted last year. It was reviewed by council and accepted. We had a revision sent to council, which they reviewed, and then came to this full board for approval. Now it's going back to committee. It's going to be revised, have to go to council again. I just think we're beating a dead horse with this. We had an approved policy prior. It was reviewed by council. It was okay. And I just don't see the need to try and nitpick some of this language. I think it's a moot point, and we have so many other more important things to be dealing with than this, in my opinion.
I would just remind the members of the board that the question that is actually before us is, shall the board take up this matter tonight, or shall it return the issue to the committee for further review as the board is unsatisfied with the draft? That's what the current motion is.
And my discussion was, I don't think it's worth going
Right.
back to the
No.
full board because we're wasting a lot of
No,
time.
I didn't stop you. I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want this to end up becoming a discussion on the content of the policy. Ms. Conway.
I just want to say that the reason why, well, there's several reasons why this is being looked at again, but one is because one of the line items that we are changing has been expressed by both admin and teachers that it is not enforceable because of the way that it's written, among many other reasons. And I do believe this is an important topic. Anything that affects our female students negatively is an important topic.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of referring this matter back to the committee for further review, please say aye. Any opposed?
Opposed.
All right, so the opposed, all right. Any abstentions? Okay, so how many people do we have voting? 8. So I counted 2 opposed, 1 abstention, so that motion does carry with 5 votes in favor. We next have the Torrington Public Schools Education and Evaluation Support Plan. Who on this side is going to tell us about that? Okay, take it away.
Thank you. As you may recall, when we do our our teacher evaluation and administrator evaluation and support plan, it does require Board of Ed approval. What you have in the packet is the amendments that we made to the plan by mutual agreement with the Professional Development and Evaluation Committee. So everyone that was part of that committee mutually agreed on the amendments that are in this document. The state has already preliminarily approved it pending Board of Ed approval. Just to highlight what the changes were, because they were minor, but just so that you have an idea of what the changes were. We changed the novice and experienced categories to label them cohort 1 and cohort 2. And we did that because of the fact that shortly after we adopted our plan the first time, the state took away the provisional certification and now only has initial and professional. So in order to kind of align with what the state made their certification changes, we just decided to change it to cohort 1 and cohort 2. We added a new service delivery single point competency observation rubric that our team worked on this year, and we had a couple of PDEC members that test ran it this year. So that is for our psychologists, social workers, speech pathologists, school counselors, anyone in a service delivery role. They would have access to that service delivery rubric now for their observations. And then we added some language in to reflect guidance for mid-year hires. So anyone hired after October 31st, what they would have to do for goal setting, that evaluators can adjust the number of observations as appropriate, and people that are hired after January 1st, we would waive the mid-year conference for them. And then we also clarified our tiers for success to be able to showcase exactly what our administrators have to do when they put in a teacher on a tiered plan. So those are the changes that were made, and again, the state has preliminarily approved it pending Board of Ed approval.
Are there any questions regarding that? Mr. Kisco was first. The wrong board.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I think that came from the state's plan, but I can certainly add that citation to the end. Sure. Yep. Sure, I can absolutely do that. With the board members, the reason why it wasn't changed is because the board members and the PDEC members that are at the front of the document are the people that were part of the original committee, so I didn't change them. So I do think that's why they are what they are, because they were part of the original plan, so we didn't make changes to the PDEC committee or the Board of Education members from the original plan.
Right. Although I do think that
Yep.
if we're making changes and this
Okay.
board is now expected to formally adopt the plan, it would probably behoove us.
I can do that.
We're elected officials. We have to be a little bit self-serving. Okay, anyone else have anything? Okay, then I will hear a motion to approve the Torrington Public Schools Education and Evaluation Support Plan as presented with the amendments that were made.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, that is good to go. And the last item is BMS contracts, which I believe is this single-page thing at the back of the packet. Is that right? Okay. Whose is that? Is that Dean? Take it away, sir.
Okay, so this is a new contract for BMS systems in 3 of the schools, Torrent, Ford, Southwest, and Forbes Elementary, to come out and do preventative maintenance and also to keep their eye on our BMS system and be readily available if needed. So, looking for.
Is this something that went out to bid, or does it not meet the?
No, this is a system that is been in place with SNE for years. It's kind of their system, the proprietary system on the BMS side of it, building maintenance system, HVAC controls.
So and I just raise this because there's a certain amount of scrutiny on the Board of Ed's behavior these days. So I just want to make sure then that if it's single source, that we went through all of the appropriate processes to implement this contract without sending it out to bid. I need someone on this side of the table to say, yes, that happened.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Any discussion or questions from members of the Board of Ed? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the BMS contract. Is there a second? Okay, any further discussion? That was John and Bill. Okay, hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? That is approved. So we are on to items for the upcoming agenda. I know there was discussion of some budget amendments, so I presume the committee will review them and then send them to the Board of Education for its adoption. I hope and pray that we will have some things from the policy committee. I know they're working on big stuff, devices. They'll now have to review dress code. We have indicated that we'd like to do some work on health, wellness, and nutrition as well. So lots of big stuff will be coming. Anyone else have anything for items on the next agenda, in addition to all the standard fare as well? Yeah.
Nothing additional, Ed, but yes, the nutrition and the food service, I would like to be a part of that, or at least find out what's happening with that.
Yeah, I think from the policy committee perspective, when I spoke with Gary about this as the committee chair, a lot of it was just that we had so many other major policy shifts bandying about that he felt it would be unwise for the committee to take that one up immediately while it was still in the midst of devices, dress code, and then of course we have Mr. Kisko's AI-related committee that will no doubt come forward with some kind of policy recommendation. So it's not that I think the committee didn't want to do this work, it's just a matter of capacity. But I think we've all, as a group, discussed this, that it's definitely something we'd like to do some work on. Mr. Kisko. Right, that, and then the further discussion that we had about perhaps like expanding the scale and scope of the Wellness Committee to bring in like perhaps some folks from the community with relevant expertise, and to have that be more of a public-facing meeting, right? So maybe not it's not a committee of the Board of Ed, but it's one established by Torrington Public Schools, and I think if there's enough interest in the community, perhaps its meetings could be held, in a public session or recorded in some way to bring the community of concerned people into the process. Right, and that's effectively what it is now. It's just largely internal, but I think there's been enough interest from the community that it could become a little more public-facing. But more to come on that matter. Anyone else have anything they would like to add to the agenda? Okay, then we are on comments for the good of the order. I'll start at the end of the table with Mr. Kisko. Okay, Mr. Knight. Don't worry, Bill, you weren't as late as me. Ms. Saleo.
Good meeting. I wish I was able to be at convocation, but I had to be at work in my district. Please know I was with all of you, staff, in spirit.
Thank you. Mr. Putnam.
Good luck tomorrow on the first day with the buildings full of children eager to learn and staff eager to teach them. We appreciate all you guys do, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Kalesha. Mr. Cronin. Ms. Conway.
I have a couple things to say. Good luck to all of our staff members tomorrow. You're going to need it. I know my kids probably are not going to bed that early tonight. They have so much to do. But definitely the convocation was awesome. I know I got several emails and texts saying how wonderful it was this year and how it was fun, actually. So that's great. And it's wonderful to get everybody together for that type of event. I did have something I did want to quickly read. I want to publicly apologize to all of our amazing students here in Torrington who were counting on me. I worked very hard but fell a little short. We might not be able to pass the dress code language tonight, but I will not stop fighting until all students are treated equally. You deserve better. I encourage you to continue to follow the current dress code, but never give up on the fight for change.
Thank you. Mr. Berger.
Good meeting, everybody. Welcome back. Good luck. Have fun. And the leaves will be falling soon.
Anyone on the admin side of the table who would like to share anything?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank my custodial staff for the work they did this summer. Very professional. We definitely, our quality of our work has increased tremendously, and it's on their shoulders. They're accepting a lot of different change, a lot of different ways we're doing things, but I just wanted to thank all of those staff members. Thank you.
And please thank them on behalf of the board as well. I think, we all see really how much work goes into what they do every day, and it's important to us as well. So thank you. I will just add that I'm also grateful that I was able to attend Convocation. I had a great time. I'm sorry that you all had to listen to me give a rambling speech for a couple of minutes, but it was really rewarding to be there with everybody and to stay for the Paraeducator and Teacher of the Year Awards. I only took a half day off work, so I couldn't stay the rest of the day, but I'm really grateful to be there. And I just want to also highlight, I know Mr. Wilson mentioned it earlier, that I think it's really thrilling that Torrington will be recognized for some really serious student achievement and student attendance increases by the state of Connecticut. It is a testament largely to the work of our teachers, paraeducators, administrators, and the rest of the team. And I wish that we were able to resource you better than we have, but I think it's a testament to your skill and the skill of everybody who's on our team to be able to deliver those results while under-resourced. That is all I have. So we next have future meetings. School improvement is canceled, but September 2nd at 5:30, there will be policy. Wednesday, September 9th, there will be facilities and technology at 6 and budget committee at 6:30. Wednesday, the 23rd of September, there will be a regular Board of Education meeting. All of those meetings will take place in this room. And with that, I will hear a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? All in favor? Any opposed? We are adjourned, I believe, before the 1 hour mark, 6:53. Look at that. Thank you, everybody.